What's up, y'all? My name's Tim Ream. I'm here today on the 73rd day of 75 hard. Going to be doing shoulders and calves. Put the calves at the end of the workout. Kind of already visualized this whole workout in my head, so I'm ready to kind of just get into it and give it my all. Going to change it up just a little bit. I feel like I could be doing a couple more pre-exhaustive sets on a few of the exercises, especially the first couple exercises that I do before I get into the heavy sets of failure. So just gonna go not necessarily with like a black and white. I'm gonna do one warm-up set before I get into that heavy set to failure, or two, warm-up sets. I'm just gonna go on total feel with those first couple exercises and just get really pumped, really full, good and pre-exhausted, and then head into my heavy sets to failure there. That being said, pretty much just gonna get right into it, and yeah, man, let's go. Get a little bit of something in the background here going. So, Andy Frisella has the 75 hard versus, and he basically brings somebody in that has done the 75 hard program and the live hard program, and they've like completely changed their lives. And this guy's name is Bishoy Kella, and I've seen him, like this was like a year ago whenever they did this, but I've seen him and the thumbnail like a ton of times, but I never actually clicked on it. But he lost like 160 pounds over, I don't know, maybe like a year or something. But dude, this story, I was listening to it yesterday, it was like super inspirational. So I'm gonna pop it on today, and you guys can follow along with it too. But yeah, it's super cool, man. But anyways, we're gonna get right into this here.
Just a regular dude, lived a regular life, who was just 350 pounds. Now it's your turn.
I do got one other thing that I want to address too, but I will do that during the workout.
Very, very, very special guest here today.
Just trying to pull it up so I can remind myself.
You guys have seen me share a story. It was incredibly impactful for me. In fact, if you follow me on social media, you know that like when I first saw it, it made me like legitimately emotional where I cried. And it's an honor to have you here, man. I got my good friend here, Bishoy from Toronto, who's lost how much weight?
160 pounds.
160 pounds, man. He completely reclaimed his life. Brother, first of all, before I even get into the show, I do this for a living. I see people change their lives. I'm very fortunate to get to see it all the time. Very, very rarely at this point do I see a transformation that affects me in the way that yours did, because I identified with it personally so much. And bro, I know what that battle's about. I know how fucking hard that is. I know how hard it is to live that other life. And dude, just total respect for what you've done.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
It
bro.
means a lot, bro.
You're gonna change a lot of people's lives. I mean, a lot. And I don't know that you actually understand how many.
I think I've got
what you've done is gonna be.
maybe six or seven exercise plans for shoulders.
Bro, it's an honor.
It's kind of a little extensive. I could probably break up some of that on a back day, do like rear delts and back.
Everyone is on the same.
But anyways, I've been wanting to place a little bit more emphasis on shoulders, and this should definitely do it. Probably getting up into the point where it might be a little bit too much volume, but we're gonna just kind of monitor the progress as we go along, and if it is, then I'll cut it back a little bit. But I do feel like I've kind of settled on something that I feel like is really effective for front, side, and rear, and the traps too. So got a really nice steady progression that I do with a good burnout at the end, and you guys will kind of see how I go about it. But I like it. But I could probably do a little less volume maybe, but like I said, I'm just gonna go with it until I feel like it might be hindering my progress, and I'll cut it back. It might just be exactly what I need, a little bit more volume.
Living, breathing fitness. I go home, watch Kai Green videos, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Hughes. Like, this was my life for 5, 6 years. And then at 22, I started my business. got a girlfriend at the same time, and I went from a broke college kid to making like, I was living off $1,000 a semester to finally pulling in some money. It was like we saw instant results. Like it was not the typical.
Yeah, well, it's different time, bro. You guys got technology,
Yes.
and everybody's story's a little different.
Exactly, man. Like we didn't struggle that hard. Like everyone talks about their come up story being such a difficult thing, and we got just super blessed. And so we started making money right away. And so now I just had access to money. So bro, Uber Eats every fucking meal. Like I did not give a fuck. Every meal was takeout. And then that just slowly snowballed into 5 years of me doing 350 pounds. People think I got to 350 pounds in 5 years. No, bro, it was literally within 1 year I gained like 120 pounds. Just fucking full 180 the opposite direction.
Bro, that's very similar to that.
It's wild, man. Yeah, it's just doing that. And then also getting the girlfriend was part of the issue because the first weight loss I did was because to try to get broke, right? So once I got the girlfriend, once I had the business, started making money, I felt like I made it. I didn't need to do the thing that got me to that place. I didn't need to continue doing that anymore. And so, bro, one workout, I'd skip a workout to kind of work on my business and like just rationalize, like, yo, it's okay, one day you need to get this done, you need to get this done. I just snowballed, and I was 350 pounds, bro. Life got fucked. Like at 350 pounds, I was like avoiding mirrors. I'd hop out of the shower, put my shirt on before I popped in front of the mirror to fix my hair or some shit. Like that's how bad it was. I would take Ubers to places that were 5-minute walks away. Legit to the point where my friends would get there first walking, and they'd get the table, and then I'd go sit with them, and I'd be late because I was waiting for the Uber. I'm trying to think of all the other fuck things that happened.
Alright.
Oh, I would be sitting.
I feel like I'm about warmed up here.
Thirsty as fuck, like so thirsty.
Honestly, feel like I probably got one more set in me here.
Grab your water real quick.
Just going off total feel here. Just want to make sure I'm good, full, pre-exhausted, and pumped before I go into that heavy set to failure. Kind of keeping a kind of minimal time in between each warm-up set here. This warm-up, especially on the first, at least the first 2 exercises, I feel like it's kind of important. I'm putting a lot more emphasis on it. Trying to drop a little bit of the weight too, just to make sure I stay really good, contracted, and focused, and just try to get the most out of that movement, really, instead of heavy fucking weight. So that's one thing I've kind of changed up the last 2 or 3 workouts too. So just you know, experimenting a little bit. Still going to failure on the last set, but just with the weight, taking maybe more time with the actual set itself whenever I do. Do one more warm-up set here and then hit an all-out set.
I work from home. I didn't have an office. We don't have an office. We just work from home. So I was in bed most of the day, just crushing work on my laptop while eating food. And every meal was like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Like,
yeah, you were ordering all the appetizers.
Bro, yeah, it wasn't like, you know, I'm ordering one sandwich. Like, bro, it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. I was driven all day.
Yeah, I get it, dude. That's how I was eating too. Your story is very
Okay, that one did it.
I went.
And get into this heavy set here.
I was in pretty decent shape, and I would struggle my weight. I was fucking chubby, right? And then I would go from these phases of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. And I could never shift my mental to the point where I could keep it off. Like it was always, when I finished, and this is why I get so pissed off when I see people finish 75 hard and go right back to the old shit. Like, I'm so many will take a higher risk. It's like, bro, you just spent 75 days working to get away from that shit and make fucking miserable. You're going back to it. And like, because I could never conquer it. I could never conquer that. Once I got into shape, now it's time to party mindset, right? And it would just lead me right back to the same thing over and over and over again. And then I did like you did. I got wrapped up in business and I put on 100 fucking pounds in like a year. Like gas station food and fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, dude. Like they built a quick trip, right? We got gas station for a quick trip. Yeah. And they got fucking roller food. I love cheap roller food. Like I'm like a fucking, I don't know, it's like my jam. I get in there, jalapeno chips, and 5,000 calories, and I go there 2-3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So what, you're clearly a different person because like you're on it, you're staying. You're not.
No.
This last time I decided that, okay.
This warm-up set's definitely got me on that. How?
I had like a bunch of wake up.
And the thing is, like, I've been starting out pretty heavy with those warm-up sets, especially on the just military press cable, the one I'm about to do. And I've been starting out with entirely too heavy weight, so I usually get about one warm-up set before I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not going to be able to bump up weight too much more before I hit that set to failure. So the only alternative is to bump up weight and then just go right into a heavy set where I get like maybe like 7. And it's just like once I'm done with the movement, I don't feel pumped and full. So I'm going to take my time with this one too. I'm going to do probably at least 2 warm-up sets, but with lower weight, and pyramid up to find my max and then just fucking blast that one home. Just taking my time with it. Or at least not necessarily taking my time like I'm going to take 5 minutes in between sets, but just taking my time with those warm-up sets to make sure that I'm where I want to be before I go into that heavy one. Am I being repetitive? I don't know, whatever. Just walking you through where I'm at. I do a lot of little micro adjustments during my workouts. If something's not working after a fucking week, it sure as hell ain't going to be working after, 75 days or a month or 2 or 3 months. So if you can tell shit doesn't work right off the bat, get that shit out of there, dude. It's fucking junk. Yeah, it's taken me like 2 or 3 weeks maybe to kind of fine tune my process on the actual workouts. Also, I've had other body parts I've been prioritizing, so I'm just kind of getting back around to the shoulders. Plus, whenever I started this whole 75 hard program, I didn't plan on fucking videotaping it. And so when I started it, and then I've had to really sort out my philosophy and stuff as I went. So, and my workout routine. All right, gonna get into this military press with cables here. Just lightweight, good squeeze, and just stay focused on these.
Everything was a mission. I came back from that trip and I'm like, bro, this is fucked. Like, you couldn't even enjoy your vacation. How are you gonna live the rest of your life like this? So I started working out on my own from February to about March. And then March, my boy Mike started asking me to do 75 hard with him again. He was doing the second round. And bro, a little story on that, man, it's actually nuts. So he did 75 hard. He's really the epitome of what you talk about, which is me by example. He did 75 hard in November.
Alright.
He was alone in the trenches, no one was helping him. In fact, I'm embarrassed to say this, because this is fucking embarrassing given how my life has changed significantly. But at the time, we're all chilling my boy's having a barbecue in his backyard. And we're all chilling, we're drinking, we're eating like shit. And Mike's in my boy's home gym doing his second workout of the day. And I go into the workout to the home gym and I'm like, bro, like, we're fucking chilling. Like, come drink with us, come party with us, come eat with us. Like, just make it 76 hard. Make it another day. Like, what's one day gonna do? And bro, like, that's how much I had never kept a promise.
You were that guy.
Bro, like, it's actually embarrassing now that I look back.
We've all been that guy with him.
It's so embarrassing. And bro, had I successfully sabotaged him, like you gotta be careful with the stuff you're sabotaging. Because your boys, if you're friends with people as a team, when one person's winning, everyone's winning. That's right. And so you gotta be careful who you're sabotaging. Because if I had successfully sabotaged him, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Yeah. I'd still be 250 pounds, looking the exact same, or I might even be dead. Who knows, bro?
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's an awesome story.
Thank you, man.
Cut that warm up short. Cut that warm up set short. I was gonna start getting into that failure range, so we'll just stop it and then go bump up weight. So I can take this into where I want it to go.
You're just starting out something. I was like not sure because you've said it 100 fucking times. No one believes you anymore. You know what I mean? Like you've said it 100 times. so eventually though, when you've been on your shit for so long, they don't even try me. They don't even ask, like, bro, when people know I'm on program, they don't even ask me to chill anymore. Yeah, I'm on the program, that's it, bro. I'm hustling now. So it's crazy. Like, people start respecting you and respecting your word when you start respecting your own word.
Exactly, dude. I just wrote about this morning in my fucking post when I was out doing my run. I was talking about how the world sees you as you see you. People think that the world sees you a certain way, and that's how you are, and then you have to change it. That's not how it works. When you see yourself a certain way, the world respects that and sees you that way as well. And that goes for your habits, your lifestyle, or anything that you're trying to work on. And so, like, we create the image that the world accepts. And other people think that the world tells us what to do. And I think there is. You have a class of people that understand, like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking become what I wanna become. And that's the small percentage. And the rest of the percentage, the world tells me no 3 or 4 times. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna take my place over here and be little and, you know, be small, live small, you know, and just be a regular person. And you know, then they're like, why is my life like this? Well, fuck, bro, because you're not seeing yourself as the way you should be. And if you can't see yourself that way, then you need to build yourself into someone who can see it. And dude, that's the whole game. It's crazy what you just said. Right? So how did it go your first
You know, I've kind of had something on my mind here lately. And in a way, I don't want to use the language that it pisses me off because I don't want to make it sound like it grinds my gears that much, but it kind of does. And it kind of goes into the topic I was wanting to cover. And it's about our recovery ability. And I've been seeing people and a lot of influencers out there that are doing a lot of the bodybuilding stuff. They're showing the techniques and the routines. And most people, and I didn't for the longest time, do not get that your body as a natural bodybuilder and your body as an enhanced bodybuilder have 2 drastically different type of training regimens that you can handle. As a natural, you will not be able to handle the type of volume that somebody who's on steroids can handle. By definition, my body as a natural probably only has let's say 100 units of energy for recovery ability. So, and theirs, they might have 500 or 600 or 700 units of recovery ability per day that it puts off because they're enhanced. And so really a lot of kids and just people out there are looking at these guys with massive physiques and they're thinking that if they just use their training regimen that they'll get like that one day. And not really realizing that they're actually just going to overtrain their fucking bodies and they're never actually going to fucking get that. So really the people who are doing it, it's kind of like you're not offering anything to anybody. Yes, you're maybe like taking people through the routine that might be effective, but really it's more about you and just getting fucking likes and comments and shit and about you because really if this person doesn't know that there's a difference in between training methods that they should be employing, then it's fucking pointless. And so most people I've been seeing people that have been on steroids go natural and they look like shit. And that lets me know that they actually didn't know how to train before they ever got on the steroids. And the steroids were the ones that was the thing that was actually having them growing rather than actually knowing the fundamentals and principles of actual bodybuilding. And I always say you need to go natural for as long as you can. If you can't even get your body to respond naturally with the right food, the right rest, the right rep ranges, the right exercises, if you can't even get it to respond then I don't give a fuck, dude. If you go on gear, then you're going to be completely relying on gear. And so, unless you get that down, dude, it just kind of bugs me, man, because people want to get that big, but you're not going to get that big as a natural, dude. It's impossible, man. Not unless you've got years and years of work, and you're probably still going to look like half of the physique that they are going to. Like, you can get toned and ripped and fucking big and full, but not like these motherfuckers in the fucking on the bodybuilding magazines, dude. You're not getting that way natural.
real shit, man. I get it, dude.
And I thought it was fucking possible.
Like that too, bro.
Okay. Before this pump runs out, I'm gonna start doing some warm-up sets here. I'm gonna talk about muscle soreness here in a second.
On the same journey, like the same journey that you were on, like people change and you've done amazing things. I see that all the time. But when I see someone that looked like me that fucking did that work, like bro, it's just fucking awesome. Because I already knew right away what the fuck it took. You know, and it fucking took everything. I went to war for 2 straight years. Yeah, bro. Like, every day. People say, like, you know, don't lose weight, you're gonna lose your funniness.
And not necessarily muscle soreness, but the thing that needs to be pounded in everybody's head, especially as a natural bodybuilder, is your body only produces a certain amount of resources that it can cope to, you know, muscle building and the stress imposed by it. And that's going to literally dictate how many, dictate your training regimen, basically. I want to make sure I'm on the right train of thought here. Okay, so basically, whenever you work out, boom, you deplete some of your body's resources. Okay, this is something you got to grasp. And so whenever you deplete that, it's going to take a day or two just to get back to baseline. And then, if you stimulated the growth, then it's going to take another maybe day or two to actually, you know, put the bump on the muscle, like build up a little bit stronger. This is a finite period of time, 2, 3, 4 days. So if I'm coming in here and I'm still sore, and I'm like, oh, my chest is sore, but I'm going to work it out again, like you haven't even come up to baseline yet. Right? You're still in that recovery process. You've got an inroad, and you haven't even gotten to baseline to where your body's actually compensated now. So now what you're doing, whenever you're working out sore, is you're digging that inroad even deeper. And so now what was going to maybe take you 3 or 4 days to recover is going to take you maybe 7 days to recover, because now you've just got that much more of an inroad that your body's resources have to fill before it can actually produce growth. So I keep telling people, if you're sore, do not work out, dude. You literally haven't even grown from the last time. And then that's basically exactly what is going to keep you from growing, is overtraining. Because if you're sore, if you're overtraining, then you just keep digging a deeper inroad and deeper and deeper and deeper. And one of the ways to tell is, am I coming in here and getting stronger from each time I'm working out, or am I getting progressively weaker? Because if you're getting progressively weaker, then you're digging a deeper inroad every single time. And this is like one of the big major things everybody has to realize, is you have a strictly limited recovery ability. Your body just can't produce, you know, at the rate that you want to go. And you've got to work with your body's resources rather than the way you would like it to be. And that's where I'm talking about the natural and enhanced bodybuilders. Enhanced, they can recover faster. They can hit more sets more frequently. As a natural, you can't. You're just going to keep digging that inroad deeper, and you never grow. You never grow. You literally just tear your body up. It's what you do. Depleting your resources, and eventually, after you don't see the gains that you're looking for, you give up. And that's a shame. Okay, so that's why it kind of makes me mad, is everybody's looking at these influencers that are fucking jacked and massive. Yes, their routine, their exercises, they're doing work. I'm not saying the exercises don't work, but the volume and frequency is what's going to fuck the natural bodybuilder over, and there's no fucking point. Like, you're literally just about spouting your shit and looking cool rather than actually fucking helping people and sorting their thinking out and helping them actually get trains of thought that are actually going to be fucking working whenever they go into the gym and giving them results. Just a major thing that I've been kind of thinking of, it's like, I don't even want to give the guy's channel a shout out, but it's just like he's on steroids and he's sitting there preaching to everybody, they need to be doing it like this many sets, this. Well, I'm sure you can see those benefits with a bunch of fucking gear you're on
5 years, I would.
But as somebody that doesn't have that, they can't train that way, dude. So basically what you're saying isn't even applicable to the everyday fucking person. And you're beating them over the head with it as if they should be doing it that way, but it's just going to be counterproductive. So it's like, I actually want to give things to people that, I want to give knowledge to people that actually fucking works, not just to fucking, you know, inflate my ego, dude. That's not where I'm at in life, dude. I want to fucking help people, you know, get somewhere. All right, heavy set to failure here.
Your reputation's worth it. Like it's important to build something that helps people and let them spread the word. And I think that's the biggest thing that can do. Is just commit to providing the most amount of value to your customer. If you think about what capitalism is, that's what it's supposed to be. And then we deliver something that's right. It's supposed to be, hey, people are trading for something of value.
All right.
So it's cool.
Do one more side delt movement here. Just regular lateral raises with cables.
But all I'm really doing, bro, is learning how to use ad platforms and learning how to.
Now that's a valuable skill, right? It's a valuable skill to build a brand, but now you're focused on branding.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. It's a little difficult for us now because we're basically scrapped back and we're building a 7-year business back from day one. Yeah, we have taken a hit because it works. It's a hit, you know? It works. It's a drug. When you put the sale up, you do get higher sales over time. Not building, stop responding to it. It does. And then you gotta go bigger sales. I mean, like, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Margins on the business, and it's tough. It's like storing and fucking draining that. And eventually you get back to that. That's how it works.
And bro, we have a good product, but it's just a matter of like, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. The marketing side of things is not allowing you to actually work with putting on. It's just
Alright, was going to do a warm-up set on that, but moved into it pretty frequently, so just do our heavy set to failure and then be done with this one.
Bro, how's it done? Are you going to try to quit? I mean, that's the point, you know? What are the things that we talk about in 75 hard, you know?
Have a little bit more in that arm, but I only got 9 with my weak arm, so I only go to 9 with my strong arm. And actually, I can start seeing my weaker body part kind of evening out and even potentially surpassing that strong side now that I've been just, if I can go to 9 on my weak side, then I'll stop at 9 on my strong side. And so it is actually allowing me to bring that body part up. Okay. Kind of got to talking there on that natural versus the unnatural recovery ability there. It's an important topic to address, dude. But kind of got me out of my train of thought a little bit. We're going to do rear delts, just bent over, kind of like a, I don't know what you'd say, kind of like a reverse fly there. About, start out kind of light and then just work our way up into a heavy set.
Everything that I commit to now gets done. So even the small things too, which actually matter at the end of the day. Like I told my parents I'm coming home for dinner, and I'm not gonna text them and be like, "No, I can't make it today." Like every little thing in your life becomes your word is your bond. So that was super important to me because like honestly, we lie to ourselves all the time. We tell ourselves we're gonna do shit and we never.
Yeah, and that's why our confidence goes to fucking zero. We don't even believe our own shit. You know, we're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and we never do any of these things, and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna lose weight, and you already know that when it comes out of your fucking mouth, everything's happening, and you know that everybody else is rolling their eyes, like, oh yeah, okay, that's not gonna happen. You know,
know? Imagine you had a friend like that, bro, who every day told you 10 fucking lies. You wouldn't believe in him? You wouldn't believe in him? You wouldn't even want to be friends with him. And that's why you end up hating yourself, bro, eventually. Like, eventually it catches up to you. And for me, like, all that shit is...
Yeah, so it'll be 7 total for back today. Or I'm sorry, for shoulders.
I wasn't living up to my standard. Or up to what
It'd be 6, I guess, technically for shoulders.
And so I peeked behind the curtain of success. Like, I had a fucking great...
1 for traps. And we'll do 2 exercises, standing and then seated calves. So total 9 exercises. Honestly, 8 should probably be about the cutoff. 7 or 8 total. And again, we're putting stress on our bodies, so I want to make sure the stress we impose, our body can actually compensate for. And so it's either going to compensate for it by doing less volume, less sets in the gym, or by giving us more rest days. Potentially some nutrients and supplements you could throw in there to speed that up a little bit, for sure. But diet, nutrition, rest, and stimulation, those are the 4 different things there that come into play. All right.
It actually just feels wonky. It feels abnormal when I'm watching. And it's interesting because, you know, as when I decided to lose the weight, and that, for me that was 2015 or 16. 15 was, I kind of did the same thing you did. I was 350. I kind of halfway dieted my way to 330, and then on January 1st, 2016, I'm like, I'm doing this. Now, I lost 100 pounds, but I still haven't discovered I don't want to put the shit back on, right? So I kept working, and then, you know, eventually 75 I was born out of that progress, and that's when I learned that we were to a totally different level. And it's interesting how many people talk about it as like...
Get this machine set up. I'm going to do basically shrugs, not totally standing up, but bent down just a little bit. It's going to kind of finish off those rear delts and get those traps warmed up and burning pre-exhausted for the next movement we're going to do. So I've still got 2 more movements after the one I'm on right now. And that'll be good.
Physical is a representation of winning the battle on a daily basis. And you know, when we talk about chasing the hard wins, like, that win, you know, like after you got done with the first event, right? Like everybody thinks the big win is like when you go through slideshow and it's, you know, 75 slides or 200 slides if you lose it.
I'm going to start going really heavy on this movement here.
That's the
I'm going to start getting some pretty heavy weight on my traps. Alright, go on this last set to failure here for rear delts.
It's interesting to me that people don't recognize their little wins as the big wins, because your little wins, they are the big wins. Because without those big wins don't happen. I don't think you just like show up and all of a sudden you're ripped. All of a sudden you're wealthy. All of a sudden you're mentally healthy. All this, bro, that's not it. It's these little fucking battles that we fight every single day that either allow us to progress or regress. And there's only 2 options. There's not a stay still option. There's no fucking neutral in the game. It's forwards and it's backwards. And it's cool to hear you talk about it, bro, because hearing you talk about, you know, your mentality when you were big, it's very similar to everything. It's just very, very similar. I have beaten myself into fucking nothing by promising myself over and over and over and over that I was going to get back in shape. And I embarrassed myself to my friends and family because I lied to them about it, right? Like, I'm doing this. Tell them, Emily, this shit, you know, like, you end up becoming like this fucking, like, thing that's actually disgusting. And That's where I think you're
For real, that's actually it.
Yeah.
That's actually it. And I'm not gonna lie, because you just said that, like, you don't understand why people think it's why people look at the physical and as a challenge and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, bro, when I started, that was my goal. I was like, screw all this mental toughness. I just want to lose some weight.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But then when you realize how much mentally this does to you going forward, bro, you don't give a fuck about the physical anymore. I genuinely, bro, I could get better results if I wasn't running every day. I want to get jacked.
Yeah.
Running every single day is probably not the best option for that.
Yeah.
But what running does for me is it pushes me mentally so much, and that's what I'm facing. And so, like even yesterday, I was here, really nervous to come on the podcast. And so I ran a half marathon yesterday to get my mind right. Dude, that's in the morning. And bro, the roads here are crazy. But yeah, we did it. We got it done. Half marathon. So that's how we get our mind right now. It's like I'm chasing something that reminds me of why the fuck I'm doing this.
Yeah. So dude, like as you become this new version of you and shed this old version of you, which I believe is permanent, what's happened with the rest of your life in terms of like maybe your friends, or your family, people you're close to?
Yeah, so honestly, my friend circle has gotten smaller. It's gotten smaller, and like back then, it was centered around partying. Like we'd meet a bunch of people, we'd throw big bangers in our house with like 50 people, and that just doesn't happen anymore. Like I generally just I don't have the time for that part of my life anymore.
Yeah.
Like, bro, when you're drinking every single weekend, you don't realize it's not just the day you just got drunk. It's the next day, and then it takes 2-3 days for you to recover from that hangover. And then all that mental shit that you were trying to build up all week by working out twice a day or working out at all, being healthy, you just
Oh my God.
It's Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday hits, you're covering your hungover,
Sundays too.
There you go. Yeah, man. So that's what it does. And so our circle.
I'm gonna skip one of the shoulder workouts or exercises that I usually do. I'm gonna draw the line at 6. I'm gonna move the camera over here, start doing some calves. Just gonna do a couple warm-up sets, heavy set to failure on these standing calves here. Pretty typical calf workout if you guys have been following along at all. Not gonna be any variation there. So basically just gonna get into it here.
Into a weapon that cannot be copied. You know, when you think about why people fail in life and why people struggle in life, it's not because they don't have good intentions. It's not because they're so lazy they don't want anything. I mean, sure, there's a segment of the population, right? But I think for most people, it's their inability to adhere to the process that they said they were going to do. That was my problem. My problem was never that I lacked ambition. It wasn't that I didn't want better for myself. It wasn't that I didn't want to be, successful or in shape. I wanted all those things, but I just did not have the capacity to fucking stick through. And some of the things that had been normalized in culture, I realized actually hurt my ability to do that. Like for example, a cheat day every week. Like everyone talks, well, he's going to have a cheat day. Well, here's what's happening when you have the cheat day, dude. You're doing 6 days of perfect work, and for a reason. Why are you doing it?
Sorry guys, just ain't had a lot to say today.
Then on the 7th day,
Just kind of going through the motions on this. Trying to keep my head in there a little bit. Ain't really nothing coming to mind to cover that I haven't already, so.
It disrupts the habit building process too soon, right? So like when you have 6 days of free eating and you have a 7th day, at least for people who have what I believe I had was a food addiction, right? It's all I thought of food, Like when you probably woke up and started thinking about the app, you're like cheese fries, waffle fries, right? You were thinking about it all. You couldn't wait for the shit to come. And like that's how I was too. And so for me, maybe some people have baseline discipline, but I don't think so because the diet industry is one of the biggest in the world, and most of you motherfuckers are fat. Okay, let's be real. You guys say you don't need it, but you do need it. Because here's what's happening. Every single 6th, 7th day, you're feeding your fat face with the same shit that makes you miserable, and you're breaking the mental cycle that you're working on and so then it becomes the pursuit of the cheat day, right? Oh, I can't wait till Sunday so I can fucking be a normal human. There's nothing normal about eating 15,000 calories and getting drunk up 20 beers on Sunday. There's nothing normal about it. Normal is understanding that I need to be healthy, I need to be fit, I need to take care of myself. And then committing to that for a long enough time where habits actually change. I personally believe like this shit that we hear about, oh, it takes 21 days to form a new habit. I think that's bullshit.
It's not long enough.
It's not long enough, dude.
It's not.
It never has been.
I've done 21
Me
days.
too. How many times?
So many times.
Me too, bro. It never stops.
It's not long enough.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this program is that it gives you the momentum you need to put all this shit on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like, bro, as fucked as this sounds, 75 hard is the easy part of my workout because I've been doing it for so long. 75, I get it for 2 straight years. Like, yeah, the 2 workouts are automatic. The reading is automatic. There's no drinking, there's no cheat meals, automatic. Like, and so the more and more shit that I can put on autopilot, like that, frees up my time to do other things. And that's how you see highly successful people like yourself that seem like they're doing the most crazy shit. They're doing a crazy amount of stuff, and you're like, bro, how do they have the time to do this?
Actually, I have more time.
You do, because you built the habits and you put all these difficult tasks that would take up a lot of mental calories. They don't take up those calories anymore. It's just autopilot.
Dude, I was thinking about this as you were saying that. Did you find, so a lot of people say, oh, I don't have fucking time for all this shit. Dude, one of the things that I learned like almost immediately the first time I did the program was how much time I was doing. Like, because at first, you weren't wasting time. It does, right? When you start to become effective at this and shit every single day, all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, I got all this extra time, I don't even know what to do with it. Did you notice that?
Same thing. Yeah. Bro, like, you're running first form, bro. How can someone think that they have less time than you, bro?
I don't know what they do.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like,
And it's not just first one. There's 600 companies.
Exactly.
You know, it's you know, but like, dude, I get it. Like, I see parents with kids. Like, that's a hard thing. That's a 24-hour job. I mean, everybody's life is hard, and we have a lot of shit to do. But the thing is like, when we
So,
give ourselves
day 73.
this excuse of no time.
So we got 73, 74, and then 75.
I think
So 3 more days total.
fuck ups that people make it their life. They say, bro, how
I'm gonna take a rest from the weights tomorrow.
this or how am I gonna do this with that?
And just do my cardio stuff
Question around.
for my 2 workouts, indoor and outdoor workout. And then bring chest to you on the 75th day. Potentially thinking about doing it again, just so I have something to adhere to as I continue the cut. But really, I probably am only going to need another month and a half to get to where I want. And that's basically 2.5 months. We'll see, I might start it over, I might not, I'm not sure just yet.
Like, we have to be the best versions of ourselves to get the best results in life, whether that's business, whether that's family, whether that's pain. And that's something that has become glaringly obvious to me that most people seem to not understand. Like this, my mind, my heart, my body, these are fucking tools. These are the weapons that we go to battle with every single day. If we do not have these things in check, guess what? We're gonna lose. And that's reality. You may think you're winning, you may think you're okay, but I can promise you 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're gonna look back and go, fuck, I fucking wasted my fucking time. And that's something that I'm very thankful is that I figured that out.
Alright, go one, set to failure on these here, and then we'll call it good
Like, I don't feel old.
with the calves.
I felt old then. Now I'm 43 and I feel way younger than I've ever felt my whole life.
Well, that's the thing with time, man, is like when you think you don't have the time, this program or in general, like just being on top of the shit gives you more time because you're thinking clearly now. Like, bro, for fucking 5 years, I felt like I had a mental fog in my head 24/7. You're not confident in any of the decisions you're making, and so it's taking longer to make decisions. Like, let's just say the current tasks are the same exact tasks that you have to do. Like, your life is the exact same. If you were to just continue going on.
Yeah, last time I trained calves was
You
3 days ago.
Bro, you're talking.
So, I mean, 72 hours.
The big criticism of
There's 2 days in between me training calves and having two rest days. Thinking about how these guys who are enhanced are basically spouting their training philosophy to a bunch of naturals as if it's actually going to work for them. Like, what the fuck is the point in that? It's not going to work for them. Like, it's like, you just want to prove how big you are, how smart you are. Like, what is the point to you doing what you're doing? Because if it's not helping anybody, then it's just all about you. And then at that point, it's just useless information because it only benefits you and other natural or other enhanced bodybuilders. And if that's the case, I mean, it's honestly kind of getting into dangerous areas because everybody thinks that it's actually cool to actually go on the shit. And they're not even competing. I seen this one dude in the gym, he looked like fucking shit. He's like, I've been on trend for a year. I'm like, you look like fucking shit still, dude. And he was like 21. It's like, bro, you ain't even learned to train naturally and learn how to stimulate growth naturally. So it doesn't matter what you do in the gym. He still looked like shit because he doesn't know what training philosophies to employ and how to employ them. So it doesn't matter. Enhance should be, you're enhancing what you did naturally, is what I was saying. Going this one set to failure, we'll be fucking done.
It was so high that it made me feel like what I was doing was nuts. And so that was what made me different. And that was, I strategically planned those books at the beginning when I needed to build the mental strength to be able to continue on. Now the books I'm reading are more like knowledge I'm trying to gain in terms of business, in terms of marketing, in terms of sales. But yeah, man, those books have made a huge impact on my life.
Bro, I start 75 hard almost every single time I do it with relentless. The book is so hard. Bro, a lot of people read
Alright guys, before my camera shuts off again, this is day 73 of 75 hard. This is shoulders and calves. Appreciate you guys who are following along with me, engaging with me in the comments. I really appreciate it. If you like the way that I take you guys through the workouts and the way I break them down and all that stuff, please share, like, and subscribe. If you guys don't like them, cool. Let's part as friends, man. That being said, this was day 73, and I'll see you guys, if not tomorrow, then the next day. All right, peace.